morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Heike and you're watching Stone Cold Coffee Crafts, and today is June 3rd, Wednesday, June 3rd, and I'm back with my nearly daily crafty chat. So I'm very sorry I didn't have one yesterday, but the morning was so busy that I just didn't have the time to film, and by the time I had time to film I was pretty sure I would not be able to edit and upload it, and I didn't want to spend my whole afternoon on that because the afternoon is for crafting. So I decided to skip. I hope you forgive me. Nevertheless, I have quite a bit to show you today because it's been a hot minute since we last met for a crafty chat. I had a 3-day weekend. I started a new diamond painting of the month. So there's a bit to show you. So first up, I thought I would show you the Chinese Zodiac full crystal paintings because those are now finished. I know this is the last one I did, but I think the one you haven't seen yet is the monkey. I hope so, at least. That's why these two here are up front and not quite center. So these are now officially done, and I've brought them all out because I thought I would try to show them all to you once again. It's been a while since we have seen. I'm trying to get this straight in the camera. It's actually not straight for me. Going to overlap it just a little bit. I will not be able to show you all 12, but you will be able to get the gist. So these are the first ones I got, the first batch. The dragon, the snake, bunny, the horse aka the unicorn, and the little tiger. And the tiger is the odd one out here because for whatever reason they decided to abandon the black outline for this one and go with the brown, which makes him look a bit washed out and fuzzy. It's a bit better on camera than it is in real life, but compared to all the others who have a very clear black outline, he stands out quite a bit. I know why they did that, but I think I would have done it differently if I had been the person charting this. So these are my 12 Chinese Zodiac paintings. They are all, I don't know if I ever mentioned that before, they are all 15 by 15 centimeter or 6 by 6 inch. And I now have to come up with a way to do that book thinking I have been thinking about for a long time because I have been talking about so much about it. Words, wrong order, good English today, good English. I've been talking about it for so long that I really don't want to do nothing with it now. But I have to think about what I'm actually going to do with it. I want to do something that is actually useful in at least a little way. Might be asked a bit much of paintings like this, but maybe I will be able to come up with something. So in general, I find these... weapon up there. Find these little paintings very enjoyable. I've mentioned that before, so I am not sad about the time spent on it. These are not my last. I don't have any unfinished small kits. I have a big one that I haven't done yet, and there is an unboxing on my channel for that one. I believe it's been over a year ago. I think it's one of the first-ish unboxings. It's this superhero full crystal. Don't quote me. What are these things called? It's a Japanese cartoon figure, Doraemon or something like that. So they basically took these little creatures. They look a bit like otters or seals. I don't know what they are actually supposed to be. And they put them in well-known superhero costumes and mixed them all up, which I found super funny because we have the eternal rivals united in one painting there. There are certain DC and certain Marvel characters in this painting. That's the only painting of this style of diamond I have in my stock now that is not completed. And I'm not intending on purchasing anymore. So, as you might have seen, I released a new diamond painting theme of the month video on June 1st, of course. Our diamond painting theme of the month is Happily Ever After, which in my world means anything that can in any way relate to the topic of fairy tales. I don't want to make it complicated, I just want to give you some kind of guideline which painting to choose if you want to start a new one, or hopefully keep it open enough for you that you can always use one you are already working on. So, the painting I have chosen, as you probably already can see from the backside, is a Diamond Art Club. It is Hello Beastie, the Maleficent painting they did with Mandie Manzano. It is a bit on the smallish side for the amount of detail, which is why you can't purchase this painting right now. They have discontinued it on the day they released it. They had it priced down right away as well. And I was able to snatch one of it because I spoke to them back then. And they confirmed that it would be re-released in a bigger size. I'm still waiting for that. It's been a while. I think I purchased this one late fall last year. So still waiting for that, but I trust that it will come back at some point. And as far as completed sections, I have started out the way I usually do it and have picked a 10 centimeter or 4-inch section and split it in half by the width of the whole thing, and then completed this section first. And then I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do it like I did Darth Daddy and do the black outline first? Then I thought, but the cover paper won't stick as well if you put all the black outlines down first, especially for this one, because it has a lot of little details, which gives the cover paper not much chance to adhere to the little spots in between. So different idea. I thought, let's keep your sections, map them out. So I have diamonds mapped out all the way through the canvas, always these 4-inch sections, and start the section out as you usually do by outlining the black and then filling in. And I went ahead and outlined 2 sections. So the one I'm going to work on today will be this one here. And then I have already this one, which is going to be probably my section for tomorrow, because I don't see myself finishing more than 1 section currently, because I want to do all the things all at once. But after the bummer that has been the Treasure Studios art canvas I worked on last month, hey baby, this was actually such a joy to work on. Ironically enough, yeah, stretch that leg. Ironically enough, I worked on this painting while watching Maleficent 2. I had not seen the movie yet. I had rented it on Amazon Prime. They usually do these, they do it every 4 weeks, I believe. The special offer, they offer you a certain variation of movies to rent for 99 cents, and I tend to do that and I tend to forget it. But I think I have now figured out their system, because when they sent out the next email, yeah cat, when they send out the next email, that usually means that my rented movies are close to being timed out, which was the case. So I worked on this watching Maleficent 2 first, and then, don't judge me, It Chapter 2. And yes, that was a heartbreak, a real heartbreak. I have to say, people have been saying It Chapter 2 was not a good movie. I thought it was actually a pretty good movie. It was too long, I agree on that. They could have cut it down by at least an hour and would still have been fine. But it was by far not the worst thing I have seen, and yeah. But maybe I'm not someone to talk, because I actually like the horrible TV mini thing. I have to say though, I don't find the new It scary at all. I don't know. I might be weird. I know that the original TV series scared the bejesus out of me. okay, I've been 14 when I saw that the first time, but that thing really scared me. The new one, no, not even the jump scares. So, a bit weird. What else can I tell you about diamond painting? Diamond Shop, the release of the new artist is coming up, and I'm so sorry I have been quiet about this on my Instagram so far. I still have not received my package. I am currently waiting for FedEx to contact me and to tell me that they are going to deliver it today, to make sure that the guy delivering it actually knows where my front door is, because we had a little snafu on Friday. It was supposed to be delivered, and then I got a notification around 11 p.m. that either the customer wasn't home or the store was closed. And I thought, what? Because I'm in home office full time. I have been in home office full time now for over 3 months. I am here. Believe me, I'm here. So I called FedEx, and while I had the FedEx guy on the phone, DHL actually rang my bell. So I told the FedEx guy, see, even my doorbell is ringing. So that's also not the issue. Then we came to the conclusion that he probably was unable to find my, thank you, Lola, to find my front door, and tried to deliver the package to Lola. I'm so sorry, guys. To deliver the package to the store in the ground floor. And the store has been closed since the zombie apocalypse started. So yeah, cat, I'm all for hygiene, but why on camera? Don't you dare kiss me now. So yeah, I hope that it will be out for delivery today, because after I called them on Friday, they promised me that it would be delivered yesterday, and it hasn't been. So I will get this package. So that's why I have not done anything on Instagram, because I didn't know if I would be able to actually post anything on Friday like I'm supposed to. And I also have an email from Reggie now in my inbox, which I haven't opened yet because it contains spoilers. And I really want to give you my true reaction to what's in the package. As of now, I have a tiny little suspicion who the artist is, because Roana gave me a little hint. But I don't actually know, and I want to give you the true reaction to what I unpack, so I haven't read it yet. I will, as soon as I have done the unboxing. I promise, Reggie. But the topic line already said spoiler, because he's aware that neither I nor Rachel have received our packages yet. So yeah, that was very nice of him. So I did not open that. Kitty cat, I would like to move over to stitching now. And she's looking at me like she wants to say, but I am lying on a face and you're not moving me. So we are going to leave the cat alone. Just imagine the diamond painting is not there. And we are going to move over to stitching. So Stitch Mania is over, which means I am not going to stitch like a maniac from now on. But I still have a few things to show you. For one, the project I finished Stitch Mania with, Beautiful Things by the gorgeous Lindy Stitches. I am going to show it to you this way so I can insert the picture on the left. I finished the big words and I started on the small ones. The small ones are going really fast. They are really, really fast. And I never thought I would enjoy stitching on the 36 count so much, but I actually do enjoy it. I noticed it when I moved over to the other project I'm going to show you in a moment, how much I enjoyed it. So going back to 2/2 on the 32 count was actually a bit of a pain. I didn't like it as much as I did it the first time around. Not the project, but the stitching with the 2 threads over 2. So I am going to go back to this project as soon as the other one I'm going to show you is finished. And this is going to be, moving right into plans, this is going to be my focus piece for June. I really would like to finish this in June. I have the Barbara Anna Spellville stitch along, which is going to be the one I'm going to show you next. And I also have the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Chinese Zodiac stitch along as pieces I'm going to do this month. The Chinese Zodiac is going to drop on the 15th, but then I'm going to go back to this one, and maybe it will be my finish for June. And then I'm going to pick another one of the pieces I started and make that a focus piece. It's not going to be the yoga corns. That is something I can already tell, because that one needs big breaks in between. Because of all the freaking backstitch. And it's also probably not going to be the Frosty Forest, though I want to go back to that one too. That's on my make 10 and 20 list, so I need to get going on that. Anyway, that is my progress on this one, and I can't wait to get into the left side of it, which will be the little bird on the flowers. But I'm going to stitch the text first, and then I'm going to stitch the fence, because I think the fence is also, it's going to look fantastic, but it's also not exactly the piece I'm looking forward to the most. So I think I'm going to keep the border until a little later. I'm going to stitch the parts first. You know, like, do you do that when you eat stuff, that you eat the stuff you like the least first and keep the best for last? Because I certainly do, and it seems to be the way I stitch too. So, second piece I've been working on since we last talked is the Barbara Anna Spellville. And I'm going to move it over so I can show you the picture she released on her Instagram 2 weeks ago about what this is going to look like. So the last time you saw that, we had just the key, the 2 little witches, and the 2 branches. And I stitched the 2 houses so far. And yesterday, yeah, I was super not productive yesterday. Let's try to hold that with one hand. It's a bit hard. So all I did yesterday was basically this yellow thing here, which is the start of the leaves. And then I put it away because I didn't really feel like stitching yesterday. So let's see how much I can get done today on this. I'm sure I will be back in the stitchy mood today. At least I hope so. So yeah, like I said, plans is to finish this part and then go back to the beautiful things. Usually I would have said I would finish this today, but I don't think I will. I might need a 4th day. Okie dokie. So I didn't feel like stitching yesterday. So what did I do instead? And now I have to try to grab it over the cat's head. Sorry. Ah, she's lying on it. She's lying on it. Ah. I grabbed my knitting because I did not knit since I last showed you this. No. I see the murderous stare in your eyes, and you are not going to kill me knitting again. I have to stretch it out because I pulled my lifeline, which I probably should pull out because I'm not going to rip it all back out now. So, this is my sofa wrap, my warming hearts or warm hearts or cat, I'm going to kill you. No. You cliche of a cat, you. No. Cat. This is not working, I'm sorry. Usually I don't kick you out of my videos. But with the knitting, you are relentless. So, let's show it to you. I had not done anything on that since the last time I showed you this. And let's pull it, I'm painting out because this makes it actually harder for you to see anything. I don't know why, I didn't feel like knitting, and so I abandoned it for quite a time. And then yesterday I suddenly was in the mood for knitting. as you can see, I moved my marker. So this is what I did yesterday. I think that's about 12 rows. And I have now completed 2 complete heart sections. I think you can see them. So that's a double heart panel. And my concentration was shot yesterday. I made 2 huge mistakes. The first one I'm pretty sure has some kind of fancy name. I don't know yet. Because I somehow managed to mess up my yarn over and create this. I don't know what that is. But apparently I have not been able to undo it, and I decided I'm not going to try and rip that back. I had been thinking about moving my lifeline, and if I had, I probably would have ripped it back out, because it would only have been about one row or so. But then I decided this is now going to live there forever. And then, while working on the second panel, and that's also the reason why I decided to stop yesterday, when I decided to stop, I somehow messed up this part here. This is a center double decrease, and I don't know what I did, but I did something and it didn't look right. And I tried to fix it on the way back, and for whatever reason, I didn't manage it, and then I started knitting on the way back instead of purling. I thought I had caught them all, but I have a couple of purl stitches or garter bumps on the front here that are not supposed to be here. But once again, it's going to live here forever now. So these are 2 complete heart panels of supposedly 25. I am now sure that I will need at least half a skein, probably more, of this yarn. I mentioned before Rachel has come to the rescue, so she offered to give me one of hers because she has not decided on a project for this yet, and she said she might get one of the reds and maybe adjust her pattern to that, whatever. We're going to see. I have ordered a couple of skeins of the red and the brown both, and I'm going to see if I maybe can make it work. I have been thinking about making this thing a little longer than it's supposed to be, because it will be with the 25 heart panels. It will be shorter than it is supposed to be because I'm using a slightly thinner yarn. This was supposed to... Our cat. This was supposed to be knit with bulky yarn, and I chose this Lofty DK, which is a bit thinner than bulky, though it is thicker than regular DK. And it will be a little shorter anyway. So I have probably room to extend it. And it actually knits up pretty fast. I will have to time myself today because I'm going to try and do one of these hearts per day. That is about... The nice thing is that the next heart is already starting way before the finish of the one before that. So basically I have a row 5 to 14 repeat now. The first 4 are already in the last 4 of the repeat. So these are the... Kitty, you are a menace. These are the rows I need to knit to complete a heart, and that's my plan. And I'm going to time today how long I need for that to see if it's feasible to do one every day. Because I really want to get this finished. I think it's gorgeous. And by the time I will have this finished, it will be the mid of summer, when it will be really hot. And this is making me grin once again because Rachel keeps calling the low 20s hot. And I know it's the humidity. But next month we will hit the high 30s here, and it makes me always laugh when she calls the 23 degrees hot. That's not hot. You are a hot mess. So, let's hope that you will see this tomorrow with a third heart panel. How would that be? And as for plans, and that's actually the part that took me the longest. So I still have a lot of yarn to go, but finding patterns is getting harder now. Because all the patterns I keep finding are pretty elaborate, and I don't want to settle myself down with something I'm not sure I can do. But I purchased this beautiful fade, and it's a very soft fade, as you can see. It's not harsh at all, from a German indie dyer called Janinchen, which is a cute wordplay. The German word for bunny rabbit, is Kaninchen. And she substituted the car part with the English word for yarn, which is very cute. And this is her logo to go along with this. And this is a one-of-a-kind fade she posted in her shop, I think an hour after I purchased another type of yarn from her, and I just couldn't. Just a second. See that beast? Usually she doesn't like me sneezing. She will run away like the devil is after her. But the moment she has to choose between killing yarn and running away, she chooses the yarn. And she didn't run. She's just sitting over there staring at me balefully. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. She posted this and I just had to purchase it. It's so pretty. She calls it the Cherry Blossom Fade. And yeah, it's just so pretty. So what did I choose to go with that? Oh, it's a soft sock, so that is a 20%, yeah, 20% polyamide and 80% wool. I think it's merino. But I also like she is pretty local to me. She's not far from here, so that's always a plus. So what did I choose? Except for the cat. So I kept thinking and humming and hawing, because this is quite a bit of yarn. This is 1,600 meters of yarn, and I pretty much wanted to use it all in the project. So I have been searching and searching and searching for something. And I have found this wrap, which is called Otter's Wake Wrap by Leslie Weber on Ravelry, and it's a super simple pattern. It's really super simple. It's mostly stockinette stitch and then these arrows with the eyelets. As far as knitting techniques go, this is as simple as it can get, right after just straight stockinette or straight garter stitch. But I thought this would be perfect to show off the yarn, because nothing is going to distract from the yarn. And as the fade is pretty soft, it shows even less on camera, surprisingly. These three are pretty close to each other, and this one here is significantly darker, but not dark enough to actually show on camera. And I really wanted to show this. So how I'm going to knit this one is I'm going to pretty much use up half a skein of the first color, then half a skein of the next one, and so on, and then the full skein of the darkest color, and then backwards. The wrap does not use up every single gram, so on the one side the lightest color will probably be a little lighter. I'll have to see. I'm not entirely sure. I might actually use a little less of the light color at the start. I have to math it a little, but I still have a lot of time before I start this, because there are other projects I want to do first. But I thought this would be pretty darn perfect to show off this beautiful fade and also use it mostly up in one project. I mean, there's always going to be leftovers, and I'm going to start one of these days. I'm going to start some kind of blanket project that is going to use up all the leftovers. But I would like to make as few as I can. So that's the project for this yarn. And now I'm going back to searching patterns that I want to do with the rest of what I have, because I still have a few more I haven't shown you. Of course I do. Alright guys, we just passed the 30-minute mark, so I am going to wind this down now, because I still need to edit it and upload it, and I actually have a conference call in 50 minutes. So let's see how far I can get with that. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Once again, my apologies that I didn't have one yesterday. This might happen from time to time. I hope you are okay with that. I'm probably not going to do community posts or whatever. If you don't see a video, you know I have been too busy to do this. But whenever I can, I will. So stay tuned for the next one. There should be one tomorrow. There will hopefully be this artist reveal on Friday. If not, I am going to go to FedEx and stab them with my cat. Alright guys, stay safe, stay healthy, have a wonderful day, and we will talk very soon. Bye bye.